It's Saturday, the 16th of November, 12/20, opening day of gun season here in central New York, rifle season. So me and the old man, we went out hunting this morning. I actually took my bow, he took his rifle. We'll ask him how he made out with that. But got a little project this morning here in the woods. I'm gonna put whip lines in by my valves. It's a trick. It's a trick to show when you have leaks on your submains instead of having to walk every single lateral line in that woods, and it does save a ton of time. So we're gonna put them in. Shouldn't take us all that long. I'm thinking maybe an hour and a half. Here we go. All right, so we're up on top of the mountain. We're gonna show you how we put these in. This is a little trick to show us if we have leaks on our submains instead of walking every single foot of tubing in this entire sugar bush, which would take, you would never get it done in a day. So we'll need a cordless. We need our tubing tool. We need some spin seal nipples, 2 of those. Cutters. And we need a little piece of this pipe right here. I don't have my tool belt. This was kind of supposed to be a quick deal thing. Nothing's ever quick. You should know better than that. Okay, so right here by this valve, we're gonna weld in one of these spin seal nipples right here on top, just like that. We're gonna put one right there, and we're gonna put one right here. I gotta move this clamp and move that back. Then we're gonna take a small little piece of tubing like this whip line, and we're gonna run it right up over to here. That way when sap's running, everything's thawed out, you shut this valve, the sap will back up and it'll push up into this whip line, and you can tell right then and there if this whole line has a leak on it. You can tell if this whole line has leaks on it by just closing this valve. So that's like a 5-minute job. Drive up here with a 4-wheeler, get out, close this quick, sap's pushing up in there. So when the sap fills up into that, if it's like racing, so to speak, you got a leak. But if it fills up and it fills up smooth, you have no leak. So that's a 5-minute deal. We'll show you how we put this together. You want to put this kind of as close to the valve as you can. That way it doesn't take long for the sap to fill up into it. That was deer hunting this morning, Jackson. You didn't want to say much about it.
Chow I'm right through the lungs, can't find him. I did go through his lungs. I know what lungs look like.
Well, my cousin tells me it was a hunk of fat, so I don't know if I believe him or not.
I wouldn't believe him. I've shot more deer than he's ever seen.
All right, here, hold this thing. This is gonna be tough. You gotta pull this wire away. There you go. This thing can't hit this. See that shaft? You have to pull it. Hold on, let me see the wire. Probably easier to do it from this side this time. There we go. That's what we want right there. Spin this in. Wait a few seconds. Pop that off. Okay. Now we're gonna put a little piece of tube between them, but first we gotta drill them out. So just like before when we were putting all the whip lines in, same idea. You gotta drill these out. All right, now basically we'll take a piece of this tube, get the one good end of it right here. So we're gonna put a piece of tubing something like about that long right there. There's that side of that, and then we'll put this side on here like that, and it's a done deal. And there you have it. That's one done right there. So this little guy right here, this tells us everything we need to know. So you can only do this when the sap's running real good. Like if it's froze up and everything's not thawed out, it's not going to tell you, because you could have someplace else froze up on the line. But if everything's thawed out and everything's running good, this is open normally. If our vacuum gauge is showing us that we got leaks, we're going to come up to every single one of these starting here. We'll close this up quick like this. This sap won't be able to go through the valve. Now it'll start backing up. It'll push up into here. And if it's like I don't know how to explain that. I say hissing, but that's not the right term. I don't know. I'll have to make another video of it in the season and show you. But if this just fills up in and it slowly fills up nice and smooth, no leak. But if it doesn't want to fill up and it's sucking air, it just looks like sap's not moving, there's a leak. So then we can open this right back up, and now we can head right up this line and start figuring out which one's got the leak on it. So there's one. We've got 16 more to go.
You got deer on your mind. We got up early this morning, we shot that big buck. I told you he was coming.
Don't worry about that. There we go. Got a lot of time, Jackson. You know the big ones walk by me. Don't they?
Well, I get them all scouted out and told you exactly where we're going to walk. It ain't too hard. All you do is go where I tell you.
True.
No, I don't.
I just agree with you. Just like when you're a kid, you know, when you agree, you can't get in trouble. All right, that's better. That'll hold that up. All right, on to the next. What's wrong with this thing? Huh. I don't know why it's not working. What's that yellow light mean when I turn it on? Huh. See what happens now. It's in automatic mode again still. And I don't like that. So that's what it is. It's just back in automatic mode. I have to change it again. I don't know, maybe it'll be alright. You bring up the drill bit?
Your turn to go get stuff. That ain't gonna do my job.
I don't like manual mode. I talked about that in the last video. I don't like manual or automatic mode because you just don't know if it's burning in you. Where manual mode, you know you're getting it burned in. So I got to work in the manual mode now. There's that one. See how much better that burns in there? You gotta be careful. You could burn a hole right through it though if you don't pay attention. That worked that time. We got it back in manual mode. Having all kinds of problems today. All right, we're working down the hill, moving right along. We got one that's a little high off the ground here, so we got to work out back the four-wheeler or the side-by-side. What's over there on the ground, Jackson?
Well, I screw up again?
No. What's that right there?
Buck straight.
Yeah, fresh. Looks like something worked out today. We'll go get a video of it after we get this one on. Now we can get that on there, and we can weld that baby home. Oh, get up on there. Sometimes it's just as fast and quick by hand. Depends on if the pipe is, or the nipples are warm or not. We'll tighten that back up. Here's our center road here. This is the only place we can get underneath our main wet and dry. So you always want to leave a spot high where you can get up in the center of your wood. So we have a nice log road right up the middle, which is our main road, so we can get to the top and then access both ends of it. So I'm gonna go show them that deer scrape. Well, the old man spotted this. I'll show you what a deer scrape looks like for people that don't know much about deer hunting. Like I said, I grew up on dairy farms my whole life. My grandfather and uncle had them. Always grew up around deer hunting. Some really good times. A lot of my family's passed now, but don't get out to hunt as much as I'd like to do because I'm always working in the woods. But this scrape was work today for sure. Check this out. That's a deer scrape. Yep, definitely buck roaming through here someplace, that's for sure. That gets the old man fired up. You got no problem seeing him. We're on the last one right here, and it's time for the old man to actually do one of these. See if he's got the hand power to put these together. So that one goes on there. Oh, ain't gonna reach. Put that back up there. We're gonna have to get a different piece of tube. There. Don't put it in your mouth.
I don't. I never would.
Yeah.
The bacteria that way.
A little higher. All right, right about there. Cut it off. Flush at the bottom where your nipple would go.
God, you know, I am with these things.
Yeah.
I cut myself.
Another beautiful night in the woods.
You think it's funny, don't you?
Yeah, it's nice to run the camera. Watch somebody else work.
That's
Nice watching him work for a change.
what.
You got it?
That's enough for today. You gotta go hunting.
I don't have time to go hunting. So, all right. We got all these little mini whip lines in right there. I don't know how many there are. There's got to be 40 of them.
Yeah. Then all you gotta do is fix that one. Then we're in the building moving thing.
Yep. So, we got them all on. Took us about an hour and a half. So,
Then we gotta go and fix that. Nah.
yep. So, thanks for watching.